it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea History and Fashion channel. I am filming this on New Year's Eve. I can't believe it, you guys. We're heading into 2023. So I just want to take the opportunity to wish everyone a very happy and safe and blessed 2023. I am so grateful and thankful for each one of you. You guys, we have over 1,200 subscribers on this channel, and I just so much appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm excited to see the growth that we're going to have in 2023. I have a lot of really fun plans for this channel. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. And if you don't know, I have another YouTube channel, Royal Daily Tea, that talks about the most current royals and royal news. So make sure you go over and check out my main channel as well. But we have a lot of interesting topics to go over today. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. Now, I thought it would be fun, since we are at the end of the year, to kind of recap some of the highlights of 2022. So these are in no particular order. They're just highlights that I wrote down that I thought were meaningful and that stood out to me in 2022. So at the end of this video, make sure you let me know what events you thought were the most meaningful for you in 2022. Now, the very first one I have is Catherine, the Princess of Wales, her 40th birthday photos. Her birthday is in January, so we started 2022 with some beautiful brand new portraits of Catherine. I thought she looked extremely regal and royal and elegant in all of her portraits. I know a lot of people, it was kind of a hit or miss. It was definitely a different look for Catherine. She wore a lot of her natural curls. She had a completely different look than we're normally seeing her with her beautiful hair kind of blown out. But here she kind of rocked a little bit of her wavy natural style. And she said that her family members, her children and her husband, are the ones who picked out the 3 main photographs that she chose to display. And so they kind of had more of a sentimental value because her children chose her favorites. Now, I do have a whole video on the portrait breakdown. If you want to go to my other channel and check out that video, I will leave it for you below. But I loved her photographs. They were different, but I thought she looked stunning. Now, my other favorite moment was when we saw Prince William trooping the color. He kind of took over for his grandmother. We saw him out there trooping the color. And I have to say, ladies, be still my heart. He looked so kingly and manly on that horse. I loved seeing Prince William decked out in his full army regalia, and he looked very regal to me, and I loved watching him trooping the color. So now we come to the Platinum Jubilee, which of course was one of the biggest events for the royal family, celebrating Her Majesty the Queen's 70th year on the throne. This was a magical moment. I'm so happy that Her Majesty the Queen was able to get to her 70th year on the throne. I mean, we all know that she is second in the world to the longest ruling monarch in history, right behind King Louis XIV, who of course ruled for 72 years. This was such a monumental moment. I was so happy that the Queen was able to be there for her Platinum Jubilee. It would have been very, very sad if she would have passed away before that moment. So everyone, I felt, was so unified and so happy. You saw everyone coming together. I unfortunately was not able to attend the Platinum Jubilee, but I loved covering it, watching all of the events. It brought major tears to my eyes. I just thought it was such a spectacular, once-in-a-lifetime moment that none of us will ever see again. I do not know if King Charles or Prince William will ever get to a Jubilee. I believe you have to have 25 years plus to be at a Jubilee. I think William could possibly have the 25 years, but I do not think that Charles will have a Jubilee. I don't think he will have 25 years. So the fact that we had 70 years is monumental for everyone in our lifetime to see that moment. Now, of course, we do have some huge highlights during the Platinum Jubilee. One of them, of course, was Prince Louis. Prince Louis stole the show. He was hilarious, rambunctious, a typical 3-year-old. He's adorable, and I think he's going to be the heartbreaker of the family. The ladies are going to go nuts for him. He definitely is the baby of the family. He's a handful, but I think over the years he's going to be a delight to watch him grow up. He's such a cute little boy. And I loved watching him and King Charles, the really sweet moments between them. It was absolutely adorable. I do have a couple of videos, unfortunately, that I had to take down on my other channel, but they're on my TikTok. I'll see if I can put some clips in there of him, but he was hysterical. Absolutely fell in love with Prince Louis during the Platinum Jubilee. Now, the other big moment was the Paddington Bear commercial with Her Majesty the Queen and Paddington Bear having tea at the palace. That was one of my favorite moments. I still get teary-eyed when I watch that commercial when he takes his hat off and says, "Thank you for your service." That just makes me tear up every single time. One of my favorite commercials of all time. It was such an endearing moment where Paddington Bear pretty much spoke on behalf of everyone for Her Majesty's service. Now, another one of my highlights for 2022 was William and Kate's tour of the Bahamas. I thought they did a wonderful job on their tour. They did get some criticism, but I have some wonderful footage and videos of them, and I just thought they did absolutely a stunning tour. Now, I know a lot of people didn't care for their Caribbean tour, but them in Belize and the Bahamas, I just absolutely loved watching Catherine and William on their tour. So that to me was a success. I liked watching William dancing on his tour and William and Catherine being adventurous. And I just thought they did a wonderful job on their tour of the Caribbean and Belize. And that was one of my highlights of 2022, especially the scuba diving. It was very interesting and fun to watch. So another highlight for me was when Camilla, the Queen Consort, who was the Duchess of Cornwall at the time, worked as a guest editor for Country Life magazine. She was on the cover, did an interview, and of course had some beautiful photographs that were taken of her from Catherine, the Princess of Wales. This was also around the time of her 75th birthday, and I thought it was absolutely fabulous to see the two ladies kind of collaborating on this effort. Now, the biggest event of 2022, of course, was Her Majesty's death. Now, this also was once in a lifetime. Watching the passing of the Queen, it brings me back to the times when I watched the funeral of Princess Diana. Watching her casket go from Scotland back to England was very emotional. Seeing the crowds of people come out and pay their respects to Her Majesty the Queen, it was so emotional. It was very unexpected. And the nation stood still for 10 days and watched and paid respects to Her Majesty. But one of the biggest moments for me of the Queen's funeral was watching the children and the grandchildren stand guard by Her Majesty's coffin. I've never seen anything like that before. And I was just so impressed with how well the grandchildren did. I was really impressed. Everyone did an amazing job. It was so respectful, and it was amazing to watch the protocol and that the Queen had set up herself for her funeral. This is what she wanted. And it's just one of those moments that will always stand out to me in time. The whole thing was a beautiful service. It was a beautiful event. It was beautifully done. I know a lot of preparation goes into that, of that magnitude. They all just, the military, the family, just everything. It was a beautiful send-off for a queen. So of course, another huge event for 2022 was Prince William's Earthshot Prize. That was a very successful event. It was exciting to watch, to see Catherine and William dazzling the people of Boston and representing the royal family very well. I thought that event came off without a hitch. It was very successful. Even though there were people who were trying to sabotage it, in the end, I think Catherine and William hit it out of the park. Now, another highlight of 2022 was King Charles's Christmas speech. I thought that was a very eloquent and meaningful speech. He did a great job in unifying all people together. And I look forward to seeing his future speeches because I think so far he's been a great king in his first 100 days. But that was definitely a wonderful moment for 2022. And my final great moment of 2022 was, of course, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, together at Christmas Carol concert. That was a beautiful event. If you don't know, I have the full video that you can go and watch here on my channel. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my top moments of 2022. If you have a top moment that I did not mention, make sure you leave it down below in a comment. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.